Which, no, I don't. I just married one.
He's fine.
Right there.
Eckstein? Eckstein.
Yeah. Sorry. I saw
Eckstein.
Yeah, Eckstein.
Or Eckstein.
Yeah, whichever one you want it to be.
Eckstein or Eckstein? Do we know?
I think it's Eck.
Eck, yeah, but Steen or Stein?
Oh. However you want to say it.
All right. Okay. Oh, wait, okay, cool. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. We're at 10 a.m. Cool. All right. Okay. Are we good on mic checks and everything? Okay, cool. All right, welcome everybody. We are so excited to have everybody here today. We have a lot happening for the Texas Route 66 Festival. As you all know, this is our 4th year of the festival. We've been spending the last 3 gearing up for the centennial year. So today is the first day that kicks off the 10 days of the centennial celebration of the Texas Route 66 Festival. I'd like to get a round of applause for that. So, like I said, we've been gearing up, we've really fine-tuned it, and with this being the centennial year, it is definitely bigger and better than ever. We are proud to announce in the 10 days we have 66 events happening. So I'm not going to mention every single event, or we'd be here for a while, but I am going to run through quickly through the 10 days the noteworthy events for media to show up to. So just the highlights there. We're going to get started today. The Coors Ranch Rodeo is at the Amarillo National Center, the Tri-State Fairgrounds. That's going to go on through Saturday. Also, first Thursday on 6th is today. That's in the Amarillo Route 66 Historic District. That'll be starting at 5 p.m. until 9. It'll really gear up around 6 p.m. I want to welcome everyone to come out because the Historic District is really the heart of Route 66 for Amarillo. So we want to be sure to really highlight the Historic District, get out there. We're going to see lots of visitors in town. Let's pause for 1 second. Just want to be sure we get everybody set up. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's okay. We usually give a little bit of grace, but we're like in the mode of schedules this week. Yeah. It gives me a minute to breathe because I'm like, and then if y'all have any mics or anything, you're welcome to bring them up here. No rush. We weren't very far in. I'll run it back real quick. Do a quick cliff note.
It looks so good. It does look good. I like the clips on this.
Yeah, it's easier.
Okay.
Is there room up here?
There is certainly room. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
I'll do you like that. Cool. All right. No, you're good. That's important. That's my favorite thing to forget. Yeah, good. That's a good idea, keeping it in the name badge. I never learned that lesson when I had cameras on me all the time. Just show up and didn't have any way to work the camera. All right, are we all good? White balance you for a second.
Let me hear you speak so I can get you a level set.
words and stuff, Hopehoeffner, Hefner, not Stokes, that's my last name. It's learning, we're training. So that's what my parents give for giving me such a catchy maiden name.
Yeah. It's very strong. Hope
Stokes. No, it's Hefner. Hefner in West Texas. All right.
You're out of focus. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's my blurring concealer. It's working so well. Okay, perfect. All right, so welcome again, everybody. We're officially kicking off the first day of the centennial year of the Texas Route 66 Festival. We have 66 events happening throughout this 10 days. So I'm going to briefly run through the noteworthy events for media to attend. We don't have time to touch on all 66 events. I do encourage you to go to TexasRoute66Festival.com, tx66fest.com. If you Google Texas Route 66 Festival, it'll get you there. For the full schedule of events, we also have printed versions as well. So as I'm running through, please remember to go through, peruse the full list, and make sure that you know other events that you would like to attend. Kicking it back to today, Thursday, June 4th, the Coors Ranch Rodeo kicks off. This is the most Western event we have happening here. It is the Texas Route 66 Festival for a reason. We have lots of Texas and Americana things happening. Truly, the Texas aspect is what makes our area and stretch of Route 66 unique. Nobody else has the Western lifestyle and Texas styling that Amarillo and the Texas Panhandle has. So that's really helped us stand out during the centennial year with all of the celebrations. First Thursday on 6th Street will be today as well. That's going to be from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Amarillo Route 66 Historic District is the heart of Amarillo's Route 66. We really want to draw a lot of attention there. There's lots of activities happening around there. So today, if you're going to kick off the events right, that's a great one to cover. We're expecting a lot of visitors in town along with locals attending all of these events. Friday, June 5th, we have the Texas 66 Celebrity Fast Draw Shootout at the Tri-State Exposition Rex Baxter Building. We're going to see who the fastest gun in West Texas is. Our competitors in that are going to be Dave Dellin, Cole Stanley, Officer Jenkins, Matt Mars, Reina Santos, otherwise known as Miss Rodeo Texas, Holly Jeffries, Blanca Schaefer, Ashley Almanza, and Andres Eckstein with the Amarillo Economic Development Corporation. Saturday, June 6th, we have the Coors Cowboy Club Cattle Drive-In Parade. That'll be in downtown Amarillo starting at 10 a.m. We'll be starting at 10th and Polk. We'll run all the way down Polk, turn on 3rd all the way to Marsh Street down to the Tri-State Exposition. That one is expanded as well. We're expecting a lot more floats and classic cars and just an extended version of that parade. We do have a lot of businesses on Polk Street that are not typically open that will be open that morning. We have lots of viewings as well, which are listed on our website as well. Sunday, June 7th, we have the Jericho Gap 5-10K fun run or walk if you're me. That's in Jericho Gap, the ghost town. That's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's the east stretch of Route 66. If you haven't been out there, that's a great opportunity to really learn a bit about the ghost town, kind of experience it and see that stretch of the route. Monday, June 8th, we have the Amarillo Film Society screening of Samantha Brown's Places to Love featuring Amarillo and Route 66 content. That'll be at Golden Light Cantina. Doors open at 6 p.m. Tuesday, June 9th, June Jazz will have its typical event at Amarillo College Clock Tower from 7 to 9 p.m. But the twist here is that they'll be playing Route 66 themed music. So this is a great one to kind of take a break in all the fun activities, bring out your lawn chair, your food and beverages, and relax and enjoy the cool tunes. Wednesday, June 10th, we have live music at Mama Joe's Pies in Vega, Texas from 6 to 8 p.m. Later that day, we have the Big Texan Soiree at the Big Texan Steak Ranch and Brewery. That'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. That's where our bus tours will wrap up for the day. So if you want to meet a lot of people that just got done touring a stretch of Route 66 and then locals and visitors just coming as well to experience the Big Texan, that's a great event to do so. Thursday, June 11th, we have Route 66 Drive to the Green at the Occunet Classic. That's at, of course, the Tascosa Golf Club. All day from tee off to end. If you come dressed as Elvis, any rockabilly, a pinup, any 1950s or Americana styling, you get into the Occunet Classic free that day. So if you've been wanting to attend, they are celebrating Route 66. Again, that's Thursday, June 11th. Dress the part and you'll get in for free. I'm not sure who's judging that, so really dress up and make sure it's clear. The Great American Roadside Rally at Dreammaker Station in Adrian, Texas will be the same day, June 11th, from 8 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. This is the Tin Can Tourist RV Parade. It's the same group. They're just stopping for a cookout, live music, a good time at Dreammaker Station in Adrian, Texas. Later, they'll be coming to Amarillo for the Tin Can Tourist Route 66 Centennial Rally Parade. That'll be in downtown Amarillo at 2:30, moving to the Big Texan RV Park. Friday, June 12th, we have a step back in time at the Tascosa Drive-In. That will be beginning at sunset, per usual, as they usually do at the drive-in. This will probably be the first time in a long time we've seen the drive-in filled with as many classic cars are going to be there. So if you want a really nostalgic moment, head to the Tascosa Drive-In that day and you'll get to see, and bring your classic car if you have one, and let's keep the kissing to a minimum. Tin Can Tourist Route 66 Centennial Rally Open House. This is the Tin Can Tourist again. They moved to Friday. Will be at the Big Texan RV Park for their open house from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. These are really well-kept vintage RVs with all the memorabilia you would expect in them. This is going to be a really cool thing to go and check out, so I encourage you to attend that. Texas Route 66 Vintage RV Show will be that same day. It's a different RV show, similar feel, different RVs, different group at the Texas Travel Information Center. That'll be from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. So you could quickly wrap up at the Big Texan RV Ranch, head over to the TIC, and experience and check out all of those cool RVs they have. Finally, we have 66 stories from Route 66 mural unveiling. That'll be at the Texas Route 66 Visitor Center from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, that's that Friday. This is a project that we could have an entire press conference about in its own right, but a quick overview would be Blank Spaces has been working with National Geographic and many other organizations to collect 66 stories from characters along Route 66 in Texas, and then they're commemorating their stories in the mural forevermore. One of those stories is from NASA astronaut Paul Lockhart. He will actually be speaking at the event, so there'll be lots of extensive opportunities for media interviews that day. Of course, the grand finale is Saturday, June 13th in the Amarillo Route 66 Historic District. We are going all out, like I said, bigger and better than ever from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And to really dive into the details on that, I'd like to introduce Luz Aguilar, our tourism manager and really the mastermind behind all the planning for this entire festival.
All right, let me get my notes here. There's a lot to go through. We are officially 9 days away from the Texas Route 66 Festival finale down on the Historic District. We are ready for a hot summer Amarillo day. However, the weather right now is projecting 81 degrees, but we are fully prepared for a summer day with a lot of shading, water cooling stations, and everything else. Our main entrances will be 6th and Georgia with an east side parking lot of 2404 Southwest 6th Avenue. Our west entrance will be 6th and Bellevue with the parking lot on 405 Southwestern. We are partnering with the Amarillo City Transit to do park and rides. So if you park in either of those parking lots, the Amarillo City Transit will pick you up and take you to the festival gates. Our main stage will be located on 6th and Georgia. We will be featuring Little Richard, our impersonator. For the steak eating challenge, we're going to do 72 ounces on 66. We are looking for one more contestant to come out and attempt to eat the 72-ounce steak challenge from the Big Texan. We will have Bob Wills, Texas Playboys performing, our Elvis impersonator, Brian Dunning, and Jimmy Dale Richardson. We have upgraded our main stages to have larger seated covered seating areas to ensure to combat some of that heat safety. We will have covered seating over the main stage, the A&B Arts and Culture stage, our wrestling, and our magician shows. The Arts and Culture stage will now be on 6th and Carolina, and that will highlight all of the performing arts in Amarillo and some of our local talents. As we move a little bit further west, our car show will now be at 6th and Tennessee in the Generation Fellowship parking lot, and the Magicians and the Nacho Daddy Wrestling will also be featured on the west side. We have a lot of different activations going on throughout the day. A lot of our shops are hosting different events. We know that people are going to be bringing their pets out, and we really want to emphasize pet safety. We have 7 cooling stations throughout the 13 blocks, and those cooling stations will have pet heat safety amenities such as places where they can stop, get off of the turf, or get onto the turf off of the asphalt. There'll be small pools and places where they can get a drink of water. But our partners out at Tasty Cream Vintage on 6th Street, which is located on close to 6th and Carolina, they will also have a pet park. We will also have activations that are indoors, such as the Milestones of Hope at Generation Fellowships. It will be an indoor event where they will be showing classic movies. If you did not know, Generations Fellowship used to be a movie theater, and so they actually have archived movie posters that they will be showcasing and showing off those movies. Alley Cats will be doing souvenirs at their shop. Tasty Cream Vintage, of course, will have the pet park. Nacho Daddy Wrestling will be at Mimi's DOC's parking lot that's on the west side, along with the Amarillo Magic Co. The Golden Spread Council soapbox races will also be on the west side, and that is hosted by our local Boy Scouts group. 6th Street Ecologist will be doing a $66 tattoo flash sheet sale. The Amarillo Line Dancing Co. will be hosting line dancing classes at the Old Tascosa Brewery. The Axe Community Drum Circle will be performing and looking for performers on our arts and culture stage between acts. Rip Tags will be doing a $20 vintage fill-a-bag sale. Our Tri-State Fairgrounds team will be hosting a coloring and roping activation for kids. The Amarillo Civic Center will have a dunking booth. Visionary Wealth will be hosting a kids hat decorating station. Of course, Bill's Backyard Classics will be out there with some classic cars for the showing. And we cannot forget our own Texas Ivy and the famous photo op that's known worldwide. I would now like to introduce our Visit Amarillo Executive Director, Cashin Smith.
Well, thank you everybody for showing up this morning, showing out the last couple of years and just supporting us, helping us get the story out to the community. You know, we put a lot of effort into this and started thinking about it quite a few years ago, but the true superstars are the small businesses, moms and pops, artists, you know, our local flavor that has really stepped up their game and participated and just shown that they can be good partners to other businesses, whether they're on the route or somewhere else in town or in one of our small Route 66 towns here in Texas. So the cooperation has been inspiring, and as you know, our staff gets out and travels back and forth quite a bit, and we've done a lot of Route 66 travel over the last couple of years. And I will say Texas has its own style, and our small businesses and our Route 66 characters, if you will, have really stepped up and shown that style in great fashion. We're excited to finally be here at the Centennial and to really showcase all of these experiences that you can have. Don't forget, the experience of Route 66 really is those characters, those small mom and pops that you can stop and get off the road. So as we're hosting the visitors that are coming through for the activities this year, I want to ask our community to remember that. These are the kind of visitors that are looking for conversation. They're excited to be here. Let's be excited to welcome them and hope that they have a great time while they're here. So I think it's important for our community to know what's going on. So y'all's role as press in that has really been helpful. We want the community to, again, be excited to welcome them as they come in and to be participating alongside our visitors as a visitor themselves. You know, it's hard to look at your hometown as a vacation stop, but that is what we are, and we are being showcased to the world over the next 10 days as such. So just remember that while you're interacting with our visitors out in the Amarillo world the next 10 days. You know, Route 66 is as much a part of our history and heritage as agriculture is. And I think we forget that it influences us in big ways, in many cases just as big of ways as agriculture. You know, we grew with the trails that brought in the cattle, and then we grew again with the road as it was built through Amarillo. And we were lucky enough when it was decommissioned that we did not lose that traffic. And so we've always stayed a vein of Route 66. We've always had the gift of tourism of Route 66. And what we need now is to create the new memories for the new generations that are growing up that don't have grandparents that traveled Route 66. So that is our focus for the next 10 days, is to create those family memories. And I think you probably picked up on Luce's comments about all the kid activities at Finale. We want to make sure that families coming through feel like we are a family-friendly town, and our events are. And then, of course, in the evening, you can find some adult beverages and have a good adult time as well. But we definitely want to set those generational habits of destination travel, not pass through in Amarillo. And Route 66, I believe, is key to that, along with our rodeos, which is why we kick off with the Coors Ranch Rodeo. Let's give a true Texas welcome to everybody coming through. Tourism, we take for granted sometimes, but visitors in Amarillo in 2024 spent $1,903 per minute. Think about that. That is $1,900 coming out of somebody's pocket that does not live here, going into the cash registers of our small businesses. And Route 66 is a definite beneficiary of that, and we want to support that. Those are small businesses seeing those dollars come in, and that's what keeps them vibrant in our town. So we definitely want to grow that. We want to be mindful in the actions we're taking to make sure that we retain and grow that impact on our economy here at home. We would not be able to do 66 events in 10 days as a staff of 10 people. This is all about the partners. This is all about those small businesses. So just thank you. And if you see a participating business or event, take the time to tell them it's a big deal to us. It's a big deal to them. So we want them to feel recognized, because we do want to carry this forward over the next 100 years. So these 10 days are very important to us to make our impact and to really call ourselves out as a major player along Route 66. There's a lot of cities pulling out a lot of stops this year, and I think that we are above most all of them. So we're doing very well, and we're just going to continue that throughout the rest of the year. I am going to run through our sponsors, and I'm going to list every one of them, because they are not only sponsoring our Finale event, they also have stepped up and sponsored a lot of our partners and their events. So it is the other businesses in town that may not necessarily be holding an event, but they are who is making all of this possible. So of course, Amarillo National Bank has been a huge supporter since day one, and they are our presenting sponsor, and we appreciate everything they do. Others that you will see sponsoring at Finale would be Atmos Energy, Texas Lottery, Sonic, ACFCU, Cadillac Ranch Gift Shop, Toro Bravo Investment Advisors, Giving Home Health, Reed Beverage, big call out to Reed, they're all over the place the next 10 days, Murray's House, Cactus Cove, Bubba's 33, Visit Canyon, Visionary Wealth, Generation Fellowship, Street Volkswagen, Northwest Texas Hospital, Walmart, Brick and Elm, Arts in the Sunset, Pantex, Wonderland, McDonald's, Amarillo City Transit, The Garage, Anderson Talent and Model, 55 Plus Club, Lozo Western Wear, Toot and Totem, Amarillo Economic Development Corporation. Should have brought my glasses for that one. Okay, I think that's it. Again, thank you all so much, and we look forward to seeing y'all out around town over the next 10 days. I'll give it back to Hope.
All right, so there's not much happening in the next 10 days, but no. So the events that I mentioned through the 10 days, that was 17 out of 66. So again, I encourage everybody to please go to TexasRoute66Festival.com. You can call our office, visit Amarillo at 806-374-1497. We have printed full schedules, everything's online. If you need the information, you can find it online or call our office, and we're happy to help you out. For the media, we do have information ready for you on the tables in the back. We would love to have a cohesive branding amongst all stations. We've given you some lower thirds graphics to put on all of your digital outlines, along with the videos. There's lots of things within that media kit that are very helpful for you guys. So please grab those. There's the full schedule. Again, as Cashin mentioned, we are going to have a lot of visitors in town. A lot of people, locals and visitors alike, are going to be looking at local media for information on what's going on. So thanks for coming out and helping us get the word out, and let's do this festival Texas style. We're available for interviews, Cashin, myself, and Luce. If y'all want to pull any of us off to the side, we are happy to help you out.
Can I grab you for interviews?
Yes.
She's